Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial or video, we'll be going into the sewing aspect of the blazer jacket. We've already done the drafting tutorial, which is already on my channel, the video before this one. Please check it out. And if this is your first time of joining us in this channel, please hit on the subscribe button, join the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, I say thank you very much for all your support. Without wasting so much time, let's get into the video. So I have gone ahead to cut out all my pieces on my pattern, just like I mentioned at the end of the drafting tutorial. So this is it, and my collar, my sleeve, and my front and back bodies. And then I added allowances where necessary. That's for the sleeve. I added half inch at the top and the down part, and then for the back bodies I've already added to the same side while drafting, so I just added half inch or at the other side to attach it where necessary. And also for the front bodies, I also added allowances at the center front, the hemming side, the neckline, and the shoulder. Every other allowance has been added while we were drafting. And for my front bodies, I use the same fabric to cut out my lining. The reason for this is because I want my lapel, by the time my lapel comes out to the front, it will have the same fabric as my bodies. But if you want it to have a different fabric by the time it comes out to the front, please use a different fabric to cut out this. And remember, the fabric is just going to be just the normal lining. It's going to be a presentable fabric, if you understand what I mean. You can use a thick crepe. So I've gone ahead to iron my interfacing. I'm using a paper stay for this to all my front bodies. That's the my main fabric and my lining. So I've gone ahead to iron my interfacing for it. And this is my back bodies. And I went ahead to cut out my lining for it. I cut out every lining needed for this fabric, for this style, as of this moment out of this moment. So the next thing I'm going to do is to open up my back bodies. Let's work on that first, because that's the one that has two double we are supposed to join together. So I'm going to do front facing front. We are working on the on our main fabric first before going to the lining. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this down. Once I am done, I'm going to stitch it from one end to the other. And then whatever I did for the bodies, I'm going to do I did for the main fabric, I'm going to do for the lining. But for the lining, we are going to leave about 5 inches opening. You're going to see the reason for it leaving that 5 inches opening at the back bodies. So this is this after I was done stitching this down. This is how it looks. It's now one body, as you can see, and this is my lining. Just like I mentioned, I left opening here, which you are going to see what you are going to do with it as we go on to the video. So the next thing I did is to place my back body, and then I'm going to place the front one. That's the back and the front bodies, front facing front. And then I'm going to go ahead and pin the two shoulders down. And I'll repeat the same thing for the other shoulders. And once I am done with it, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down. And whatever I did for my front bodies, for my main fabric, I'm going to repeat the same thing for my lining, just like you see me do. Just repeat the same process of joining your two shoulders, the back shoulder and the front shoulders together, and then stitch it down. So this is it after I was done stitching it down. It's coming together gradually, and this is my lining as well. I'm done stitching that down as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is to attach my shoulder pad. You can skip this if you don't like shoulder pad. And for this, for the width of it, I am cutting out 2.5 inches. I will make a mark there. And then for the length of it, I use 4 inches. That's 2.5 for the width, and then 4 inches for the length. Once I make that mark, I'm going to try to create a semicircle for this shoulder pad. And I'll use this one to cut out another one because we have two shoulders, so I am trying to cut out for the other side of the shoulder. So once we are done with it, you're going to go ahead and attach this to our bodice, and we are attaching it just on our main fabric. We are not attaching this on our lining. And whenever you want to attach it, make sure that the shining area is on your fabric, so that by the time you iron it, it's going to stick just like our interfacing. So I'm going to place the shining part on the fabric and pin it down before going to iron it on my iron. And make sure while attaching it, make sure that you centralize it. Make sure that you have since the length of it is 4 inches, make sure that you have 2 inches at each side of the shoulder. I hope you understand this. So I'll go ahead and iron it down, or you can as well use your needle and thread to tack it down after ironing, because this is for children. You have to keep it in place as much as you can, but for me, I do not tack it. So this is it after I was done with it. The next thing we're going to do is to stitch on our seam side. Remember how much allowance that you added. I added 1.5 inches, so I'm going to be using that 1.5 inches to stitch it on two sides. Once I am done pinning it down, and I'll repeat the same process for my lining. So this is it after I was done stitching it down. This is my lining, and this is my main bodice, my main fabric. So we're going to go ahead and work on the sleeve, and for this sleeve I am also going to go ahead and cut out the lining for it, and then I'm going to stitch on the two seam side, and also for the lining. Remember that I said whatever you do on the main fabric, repeat the same process for the lining. So once I am done, we're going to go ahead and attach this to our bodice. And before attaching it, I'm going to turn my sleeve to the right side. Once I turn it to the right side, I am going to go ahead and wear it into my fabric from the left side, sorry. I'm going to wear it to the jacket from the wrong side. So by the time you do it, you will notice that the sleeve is front facing front. So I'm going to keep arrange the sleeve opening to mark out the center of the sleeve. And once I am done making notch there, I'm going to place that notched area on my shoulder line. I'll pin it together. And then my seam line, I'm going to match it with my with my body seam line, and also pin that together. And then I'm going to pin all the way through and then stitch it down. Once I am done with that sleeve, I'll repeat the same process for the other sleeve, and once I am done, I'll repeat the same process for my lining as well. So this is it after I was done attaching the sleeves to the fabric to the bodies. This is my lining, and this is my main fabric. You can see it's coming together. We are moving to the permanent side. So let's go ahead and work on the sleeves. This is my sleeve and I'm using the same fabric for my lining. I've gone ahead to attach my interfacing to it as well. So I'm going to fold these two into two equal parts and then make a notch at the center. And then I'm going to bring in my fabric. For this, in the joining at the back part, you have already given us a clue on where the center back is, but just for the purpose of this video, just fold your fabric into two and then make a notch at the center. Once you are done doing that, you are going to place this collar, the two notches matching each other. Then you're going to go ahead and pin it down. Then I'll start pinning from that place to the other side of the collar. Once I am getting towards the where we have curve there, I'm going to measure and make sure that I have about 2 inches because I want to leave about 2 inches there. Once I get to my 2 inches, I will stop and I will do the same thing for the other side. Once I am done with that, the pin I left at the 2 inches place, it will give me a guide of where my stitches is going to start and where it's going to end. And then I'm going to go to my sewing machine and stitch this all the way through. And I will repeat the same process for the lining, just like I keep mentioning. So this is it after I was done with that, which is coming together. I'm going to go ahead and make notches around it. Remember, this is a neckline and we have some curves around, so we're going to make some notches around it, and then I will repeat the same process for my lining. And once I am done with it, you can see the jacket is coming together. So I'm going to go ahead and fold my main fabric together, making sure that my front bodice is well arranged. I'm going to cut out about 1.5 inches. You can as well leave your own straight, but I think I prefer this curve here, and you can as well go up more if you want to. And I'll do the same thing for my lining. I went up by 1.5 inches and then make a curve there. So once I am done with this, I'm going to turn my lining to the right side, and as you can see what I am doing, I am wearing the lining into the front bodice, and as it is now, it is right side facing each other. I hope you can see it. So once I am done, I'm going to start pinning this down. The first place I pin is the two seam line at the center back. Once I am done pinning that, I went ahead to pin, to start from my collar to pin it down, making sure that I have all the lines or seam line matching each other. So I'm going to go ahead and keep pinning from my collar to my side to my center front all the way through, all the way around. Once I am done pinning this down, I'm going to go ahead and stitch it. See the way where I am showing you guys, that's how you are going to stitch this. You're going to stitch every single side of it, making sure that you arrange your fabric well. I pinned every side off camera, so please go ahead and do the same thing. So this is it. After I was done stitching this down, I'm going to go ahead and remove all my pins. And once I am done, I'm going to cut out all these excesses, and then at the edge I'm going to cut out the fabric there, so that by the time we turn it, that place is not going to be bulgy. And then I make notches where necessary as well. So once I am done with it, I'm going to the back opening that we left. So this is the reason why we left it. From that place, I'm going to go ahead and turn the fabric to the right side. So we are bringing everything out from that opening at the back. Everything, the front body, the back, the sleeve, every single thing that has to do with this jacket, we are bringing it out from that opening at the back. Once I am done bringing it out, you see how it is looking. It is coming together very nicely. You can use your scissors to push every edges of the collar or the bodice out, but I'm going to do my later in the video. So we're going to go ahead and attach our sleeve, and for this, from that opening at the back, I'm going to go ahead and bring my two sleeves out. That's the lining and the main fabric out from that opening at the back. Once I bring it out, I'm going to find a way to fold, to join this like it is facing each other. But you're going to open the front body. See the way I opened it, and then open your lining, the main bodies, and open your lining to face, to be front facing front. Then I'm going to go ahead and start stitching, pinning this down. So the first place I pin is the same line, and then I'll pin all the way around before going to my sewing machine to stitch it down, and I'll repeat the same process for my other sleeve. If you do this well, you get, if you look at the video well and understand what I'm doing, you will get it well. It's not difficult, it's not complicated. So this is it. After I was done stitching it down, you see how it's joined together like I was trying to explain. So I'm going to go ahead and push it back just like we brought it out. Go back to where you are coming from that same opening. I'm going to push it back. If you do this very well, by the time you push it back, your hand is going to come out from the sleeve opening. So I just noticed that I still have one more needle there. That's what I was trying to take out, that I missed while bringing every other thing out. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to bring the sleeve out, so that you guys can see how it looks at the end of the video, at the end of the attachment. So this is it. After I was done bringing it out, you can see my hand is out, and that's it. So the next thing I did is, from that same back opening, I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors to push out all the edges. Please be careful while doing it. You don't want to rip open the jacket. So I'm going to push all the edges out that needs coming out, all the pointed edges. I'm going to push everything out with my scissors. So once I am done doing that, and it's time for us to close up this space that is at the back, all you have to do is to hold it and then stitch it down. And this is it. I've gone ahead to give it a good press. You can see how beautiful the jacket is. I'm thinking of making one for myself, and the tutorial for adult is coming up, because we have some differences like the dart on it. For the mommy that want to do mother mommy and daughter style, so it's coming up. So if you want your gown, go ahead and attach button to this. And that's all for this style. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Bye.